Dan was at death's door last week, but he's fine now. Does it mean A, to try and kill someone, B, to be really sick, or C, to do something dangerous? What do we think? Oh, thank you. I've learned so much here. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. That's why I do this. For fun and for education. What do they call it? Edutainment? Have you guys heard that? Sick as a dog. Okay, Dinesh. Hold on. We're going to get to that one. My friend. I've got that one. Actually, it's the next one. You've predicted it. Okay, the majority are saying B. A couple of people have said A. And one person has said C. The answer is B. Yeah, to be really sick. But this is like when you're really, really, really sick, where you think you're actually going to die. So you can see this guy over here, okay? Does anyone know what we call this guy in English? I refer to him as a guy, but does anyone know what we call this guy in English? Bonus points if you know. But another way to refer to this guy is death, okay? So we can call him the Grim Reaper, or we can call him Death, right? So if you're knocking at death's door, then, or if you are on death's door, or if you're at death's door, then it means that you're really, really, really ill, okay? You are knocking on the door waiting for death. But yeah, you're really ill is basically what it is. Yeah, the Grim Reaper, that's it. Exactly. Mr. Death. Yeah. I wish he was called Mr. Death. The dude of death. The death dude. He's not called the death dude, but that's funny. It would be good if he was. Anyway, so Dan was at death's door last week, meaning Dan was really, really, really sick. He thought he was dying. Idiom number 2. I feel as sick as a dog today. What do we think this means? To feel really sick? To feel just a little bit sick? Or to feel fine? What do you think? Oh, my hairs are everywhere. They're even on the microphone. This is so bad. I'm just gonna shave my head. Have you noticed that everyone's shaving their head in quarantine right now? I don't know what's going on. But haven't you noticed that so many English teachers have shaved their head? Can you imagine if I did that? Actually, it would be quite good. It would be quite liberating, I think. My hair's driving me crazy. Okay, so we've got a nice mix. I love it when it's divided. Some people are saying A and B. They seem to be the main ones. A and B. Someone said C. I like that. I like it when it's completely mixed. You could say his days are numbered. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Definitely. It's interesting because people are putting really different ones. I love it. Okay, so if you say I feel as sick as a dog, then it means you feel really sick. This one here, to feel really sick. So if we compare it to be at death's door, it means you feel like you're dying. You feel like I'm going to die at any moment. I'm so sick. And to feel as sick as a dog means you just feel really sick. That's it. Not necessarily that you're dying, but you just feel really, really ill. Cassie was really ill last weekend, but she's back on her feet now. This one you might be able to get, okay? So, does it mean to be sick again, to get out of bed, or to be healthy again? What do we think? I've tried to put it in context so it helps a little bit. Why as a dog? I've got no idea. If you have a look and you find a reason, please let me know, but I don't know. I mean, where do many of these idioms come from? I mean, they make no sense. You're going to see some in a moment that make literally no sense at all, but all of these are really common. We use them a lot. Okay, people are saying C. Great. I love that you guys are so interactive today. Well, you're always interactive, but particularly today, everyone's very interactive. I really like it. Yeah, the answer's C. So if you're talking about someone being back on their feet, it means that they were really sick before. Maybe they were in bed a lot because they were really sick, but now that they feel okay, now they feel healthy again. They feel good. They've recovered. They're back on their feet. Idiom number 4. We're doing quite well so far. John's finally having a taste of his own medicine. What do we think here? A, to take some really bad tasting medicine. B, to have the same unpleasant experience as you gave to someone else. Or C, to do something good to someone else but receive something bad in return. This is quite a tricky one. What do we think? Are these other... Oh my goodness, what? I cannot speak when I am live. I did the same last lesson. Are these idioms common in the USA? My answer to that is I don't know. I really don't know. There's one in particular. I think it's idiom 8. Yeah, the 8th idiom. So we're only halfway through, right? The 8th idiom is only used in the UK. I remember because I got really curious about the origin of the 8th idiom. And I had a look and it's only used in the UK. But the others, I really don't know. I can't say. It's better to find an American and ask, or find an American teacher and ask. Yeah, she's from the UK, so probably she doesn't know exactly. That's going to be my answer to all of these. Is it like this in American English? I don't know. I'm not American. So people seem very mixed with this one. We've got lots of A's, we've got lots of B's, and we've got lots of C's. I like it. I like it when it's mixed. So to give someone a taste of their own medicine is... Oh, my computer doesn't like this idiom. It means to give someone the same unpleasant experience as you gave to someone else. So imagine you do something really bad to other people, and then that bad thing ends up happening to you. That means that you have a taste of your own medicine. I'm trying to think of an example, but let's imagine that I was really rude or something like that to someone else, and then maybe I shamed them in public or something like that, and then later someone shamed me in public. Then I would be having a taste of my own medicine because I shamed someone in public and now someone's shaming me in public and I'm receiving the same treatment that I gave to another person, right? That's to have a taste of your own medicine. Number 5. My grandma was quite ill last week, but now she's as fit as a fiddle. What does this mean? If you're not sure what a fiddle is, I researched this. By research, I mean I literally typed into Google, what is the difference between a fiddle and a violin? Because they look exactly the same, right? And that makes sense because when I had a look online, a fiddle is another word for a violin. So a violin is this instrument over here, okay? That you play with the strings, yeah? So a fiddle is just an informal word for a violin. So she's as fit as a fiddle. Does this mean A, to be in good health, B, to be dead, or C, to be really sick? What do we think? A. It is A. Maybe you guys could tell that from the comments, but yeah, to be in good health. If you are as fit as a fiddle, it means that you are healthy. You are in good health. Number 6. Sadly, the worst patient seems to have taken a turn for the worse. Does this mean to get better, to completely stop, or to become worse? What you might hear some natives say, so while you guys put your answers in the chat, you might hear some natives kind of butchering this expression and saying to take a turn for the worst. Oh, with a T. There we go. To take a turn for the worst. Now, I did research, and again, by research, I mean do a quick Google. I did research to see whether take a turn for the worst is accepted or whether if it's just like a phrase that natives use that's incorrect. Do you know what I mean? Is it just a phrase that natives use and it's always wrong, but it's kind of stuck, you know? Turns out it is. It's completely wrong. Take a turn for the worse. That's the phrase. But you might hear some natives say, take a turn for the worst. And that, I guess that's kind of logical. It makes a bit of sense. Because they're using the superlative form. They're only following that. So people are saying C with this one. Yeah. This one's a fairly easy one. To become worse. So we tend to say take a turn for the worse when we're talking about health. It doesn't just mean worse in general a lot of the time. We tend to say that we tend to use this expression when we're talking about health. So if you say something like, oh, my exam took a turn for the worse, it sounds a little bit odd. But if you say, oh, my grandma took a turn for the worse, it means my grandma's health deteriorated. My grandma's health got worse. So yeah, I don't know why it's also saying worse is incorrect. That's bugging me. There we go. Haha. Idiom number 7. Let's go. I'm so nervous about going under the knife next week. Under the knife. To go under the knife. Does this mean to get attacked by someone with a knife? To have surgery? Or to hold a knife? What do we think? That one is too easy. It is, but you know, it's only easy if you know it. Does that make sense? Like, I get some people coming into my live streams like, oh, this lesson's so easy. I'm like, yeah, for you. But not to other people. It's quite patronizing, I think, when people say, oh, it's so easy. But yeah, it's only easy if you know it. So people are saying B, exactly, to have surgery, to go under the knife. So when we say to go under the knife, it tends to refer to cosmetic surgery. So if you're having, I don't know, some kind of cosmetic surgery that's not necessarily like a medical operation, let's say, we use to go under the knife. But when I was, again, doing my usual research online, it said that it just refers to any surgery in general. But normally when I hear this expression used, it tends to be referring to cosmetic surgery. So, yeah, that's that one. Okay. Good. Well, we are on to the final idiom. Don't worry if you've joined late, because I will do a recap. So if you're also watching the replay, there'll be a recap at the end. So the last one, idiom number 8. I haven't seen you for years. I thought you'd popped your clogs. Does that mean to die, to get better after being really sick, or to be in good health? Now, if you're not sure what clogs are, clogs, or the singular, a clog, yeah? A clog is a shoe with a thick wooden sole. So it tends to be like kind of wooden shoes, let's call them. So yes. No, I'm not American. I think someone else also answered that for you. So there we go. People are already saying it. To die, yes, A. Exactly. To die, to pop your clogs. Now, do be careful with this idiom, because we tend to use it in a comical way, and of course, death is quite a taboo topic in English culture. I can't say about American culture or whatever, because I'm not American. I'm going to guess that it's still quite taboo. But in the UK, death is quite taboo, so you wouldn't say, for example, oh, sadly, my grandma popped her clogs last weekend. It doesn't sound good, because we use pop your clogs in a humorous way, like we use it for humour. So use it as a joke in some kind of way. Don't ever use it in a context where someone maybe has actually died and it's really serious and the person you're talking to genuinely cares for that person. Like, be a bit sensitive when you use this one. Use it in a humorous way, okay? Use it with friends that you know that are going to joke, let's say. Don't use it if someone has actually died. So, as a recap to these idioms, let's go through the first one. So, Dan was at death's door last week, but he's fine now. That means he was really sick. He was so sick that he thought he was going to die. The second one, I feel as sick as a dog today. I feel really sick. So you just feel really, really sick, but compared to be at death's door, it's like with this one, you think you're going to die. With this one, you just feel sick, okay? Cassie was really ill last weekend, but she's back on her feet now. It means to be healthy again. She was sick, but now she's okay. John's finally having a taste of his own medicine. This means that you have the same unpleasant experience that you gave to someone else. So if you do something bad to someone, then you receive the same bad experience. Kind of like karma, let's say, but the negative karma, not the good karma. My grandma was quite ill last week, but now she's as fit as a fiddle. This means to be in good health. She's very healthy. Sadly, the patient seems to have taken a turn for the worse, not taken a turn for the worst, which you will hear some natives say, okay? Taken a turn for the worse, it means that her health deteriorated. Her health got worse. I'm so nervous about going under the knife next week, means to have surgery. So to go under the knife tends to refer to cosmetic surgery, but when I had a look online, dictionaries and everything just refer to this as surgery in general. So yeah, that explains that. And then the last one, I haven't seen you for years. I thought you'd popped your clogs. This means to die, but be very careful. Do use it with some humor and do be sensitive because death is, of course, a very taboo topic in the UK, especially now with the pandemic happening. So do be careful. Only use it kind of as a joke or something like that. Don't use it seriously. And that's that.